What comes to mind when you hear the name Bruce Willis? Die Hard, high-powered guns and Christmas. While his name is usually associated with hardcore film franchises like Die Hard and The Expendables, he has a long list of several movie genres in which he has either played a prominent role or been featured. One little known detail about Bruce Willis is that he was born in Idar-Oberstein, Germany, in 1955. His father, an American soldier, returned to New Jersey with his wife, Marlene, a German, and their family when he was 2 years old. Another interesting fact about one of Hollywood's biggest actors, with a net worth of $250 million, is that he suffered from a speech impediment as a child, which he was able to overcome via his love of stage acting. Bruce Willis has worked with superstars such as Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta, Jennifer Aniston, Ben Affleck, Chris Tucker, and Steve Buscemi during his career. As previously stated, acting was more than just a driving passion for Willis. It revolutionized his style of speaking and restored his confidence as a child. He learned that performing on stage helped him with his stuttering, and it was then that he recognized he was a natural. He fought hard to maintain his independence after graduating from high school in 1973, doing everything from security guard employment to driving, and even acting as a private investigator. After all was said and done, he returned to acting, enrolled in Montclair State University's drama program, and was cast in the play Cat on the Hot Tin Roof. However, his desire for showbiz was too strong, and he dropped out of Montclair University in his junior year to audition for various acting roles, while supporting himself as a bartender in New York. In 1984, the Armageddon actor relocated to Los Angeles, California, in search of better possibilities. Almost immediately, he made his television debut as a gun runner named Tony Amato in one of the 1980s most popular TV shows, Miami Vice. Then, in 1985, he auditioned and was cast in a minor role in Twilight Zone. Willis used his skills as a private investigator to play David Addison Jr. in the TV comedy series Moonlighting, which he co-starred in with Sybil Shepherd and Curtis Armstrong the same year. His stint on the show added to his resume as a humorous performer and earned him a lot of attention. Furthermore, he made his first $5 to $7 million on the show after Seagram, a Canadian whiskey brand, hired him for an advertising campaign with the corporation. Willis declined to renew his contract despite becoming a millionaire virtually overnight as a result of the Seagram advertising, since he stopped drinking alcohol in 1988. But there was no love lost, or rather, no missed chance. The finest of Bruce Willis's acting career was yet to come. Following his 5-season run on Moonlighting, which earned him an Emmy and a Golden Globe Award, he drew enough notice to receive his first starring part in the 1987 feature film Blind Date, alongside Kim Basinger and John Larroquette, which grossed $39 million worldwide. 1 year later, in 1988, Bruce Willis would introduce the world to John McClane in Die Hard, the action thriller that would prove to be a watershed moment in his acting career. He appeared alongside Alan Rickman, who played the antagonist, Hans Gruber. The movie was his first significant box office success, grossing a stunning $140 million worldwide. Die Hard became a billion-dollar franchise as well, with 4 more installments. They include Die Hard 2, which grossed $240 million worldwide, Die Hard with a Vengeance, which grossed $366 million and starred Samuel L. Jackson as Best Supporting Actor, Live Free or Die Hard, which grossed $388.2 million, and A Good Day to Die Hard, which grossed $304.7 million at the box office. According to World Stock Market, the famous actor received $5 million, $7.5 million, $15 million, and $25 million for the first, second, third, and fourth film installments, respectively. Following the success of Die Hard, Willis voiced a baby named Mikey Ubriaco in the comic romance Look Who's Talking, co-starring John Travolta and Kirstie Alley. The film grossed $297 million at the box office, with Willis earning $10 million. He subsequently returned as a narrator in the 1990 sequel, Look Who Is Talking To, earning him an additional $10 million. Throughout the 1990s, his film presence only rose. He earned $14 million from The Last Boy Scouts, starring Damon Wayans, $800,000 from Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction, $16.5 million from Last Man Standing, and $14.8 million for the doomsday sci-fi Armageddon. A few other iconic Bruce Willis films from the 1990s include Death Becomes Her, starring Meryl Streep, 12 Monkeys, The Fifth Element, and The Sixth Sense. Willis made his film debut in the new millennium with Unbreakable, starring Samuel L. Jackson, and The Kid, starring Spencer Breslin and Lily Tomlin. The same year, he co-starred in The Whole Nine Yards with Matthew Perry and Amanda Peet, earning him a total of $55 million for the year. Tears of the Sun, Surrogates, Looper, G.I. Joe Retaliation, starring Dwayne Johnson, and Reprise as Mr. Church in all the Expendable film installments are among his other famous films. Some may be surprised to learn that, in addition to acting, Bruce Willis had a booming music career and even produced his own studio album titled The Return of Bruno in 1987. Under the Boardwalk, a remix of the Drifters' original song, peaked at number 2 on the British Top 40 list. In 1991, he co-founded the Planet Hollywood restaurant chain with business partners Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Willis also created the Mint Bar nightclub restaurant and bar in commemoration of his humble origins as a bartender, which he ultimately sold to investors for approximately $6 million. When it comes to high-end real estate, the Sin City star has purchased and sold a costly collection. Willis offered a 5-bedroom mansion in Turks and Caicos for $33 million in 2019, purportedly making it the island's second most expensive home sale in history. Just a few months ago, he sold a New York City penthouse for $18 million, as well as a residence in upstate New York for $13 million. Then, in 2016, his ex-wife, Demi Moore, listed a New York City penthouse they had purchased together in 1990 for a hefty $75 million. At 66 years old, it's no surprise that Bruce Willis has been and continues to be one of Hollywood's highest paid performers. According to Bruce Willis' family, Bruce Willis is retiring from acting due to health problems. He has aphasia, a medical ailment that impairs his cognitive ability. Rumor Willis, Bruce Willis's daughter, posted a heartfelt note on Instagram regarding her father's medical condition and the fact that he will no longer interact with fans through the visual world. She wrote, "To Bruce's amazing supporters, as a family, we wanted to share that our beloved Bruce has been experiencing some health issues and has recently been diagnosed with aphasia, which is impacting his cognitive abilities. As a result of this, and with much consideration, Bruce is stepping away from the career that has meant so much to him." She attached the note with a photo of Bruce, who was as bright and delightful as ever. Rumor went on to say, "This is a really challenging time for our family, and we are so appreciative of your continued love, compassion, and support. We are moving through this as a strong family unit and wanted to bring his fans in because we know how much it means to you, as you do to him. As Bruce always says, live it up, and together we plan to do just that. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below.